Good morning, Rick.
Good morning. How are you?
I am well.
Wasn't that a good call?
Oh my God.
I took pages of notes. I mean,
Me too. Me too.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I was embarrassed to say, yeah, I've been in the business 42 years. So just learning all of this now.
There's so much to learn. And I think, the beauty of what you did was you invited somebody else. And then the
Yeah.
same thing a couple of weeks ago. Um, and that's really fun, getting that cross-pollination or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's definitely a different personality than me. I mean, he's a high D and a high C.
Okay.
DC. I call that
Yeah.
schizophrenia. But, so
Yeah.
hi
I'm
Tina.
sorry.
Hi Brenna. Crystal's having trouble connecting. Let's see.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Rick.
What were you going to say? What were you saying, MC, just then before I cut you off?
Oh, I'm just frustrated. I got a brand new computer and the video's not working on this one either. So it's
Oh,
embarrassing.
oh, no worries.
Yeah.
Tina, long time no see.
I know.
It's been
My
almost
tan-
a week. What?
Then my tan's already faded. What the heck?
All right. Judy, how are you?
Hey, Rick.
Michael Henry, Missy. Hi, Judy.
Hi.
All right. Missy, I missed you in Cabo.
I missed you in Cabo too. How was it?
It was amazing. Last year, I remember being in my suit almost all the time. And this year, after the meetings were over at about 1 or 1:30, since it was an all-inclusive, we just went directly, got our bathing suits on and went and hung out by the pool. And then you could have like the tacos and everything while you waited for people that wanted to meet with you to come by and meet with you. That was great.
Oh my gosh. That is awesome. Did you get to meet Tina White, who's up there too?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why I was just joking around with her saying long time no see, because it'd been a week since we saw each other.
Yeah. I wish I would next year. Next year. How's that?
Well, next year it's going to be Hawaii.
I'll be there. Yes, please.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, here we are talking about RAMP again, and let's see. We're already recording. I hope you guys don't mind my casual look today. We've been speaking all over Southern California the last several days. We're traveling around in our RV, and we're parked right now in Newport Beach, looking out at the lagoon in Newport Beach. And we're gonna, on Sunday, we finished our last 2 classes in this area yesterday, and then Sunday, my wife's in a coaching mastermind all weekend, and then we're heading to Vegas to teach a couple classes there too. So, so we're pretty excited about that. G, I know you have a busy day, so if you need to go, I'm all good. I got it recording and we're set. So,
Okay, sounds good.
all right, Crystal, it was great meeting Paul on what day? Tuesday. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay. I'm
Yeah.
glad you guys had fun. In some ways, it's probably good that I wasn't there so I didn't overshadow him or something because I'm kind of too talkative.
Damn. I mean, I'm a card carrying heterosexual, but if I was ever going to switch, it would be for your husband. So he was very good looking.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm very blessed. Thank you.
Yeah. So, okay. So here's what these classes we're teaching are on communication mastery, and nobody yet has recorded them. These are completely different, but they are designed to help you sell more real estate by changing the way you communicate with buyers and sellers. So we are talking about doing one. It's about 2.5 hours And we're thinking about maybe doing something on Zoom where we can record it so that the masses can see it also. It's a very good course. We're getting really, really rave reviews about what a difference it makes for people. So definitely something that is not a typical real estate improve your production type of class. But we have people coming up to us at the end of the class saying that it was life-changing. And then and I'm not saying that to pat myself on the back, because it's really mostly my wife's course. She's the one who designed the majority of it. And we were doing it in Chico, California. I don't know if you guys have heard of Chico, California, but it's a couple hours north and a little east of San Francisco Bay Area. It's almost 3 hours north and east of San Francisco. And they had really done a good job advertising it on social media. So at the end of the day, we were talking to people who were in the class, and we found this one lady that is an educator at Cal State Chico, California State University of Chico, not a realtor, has nothing to do with the real estate industry, but she saw it on social media and she goes, "Well, that sounds interesting." And at the end of it, she goes, "Can you guys teach this at a state college?" I'm like, "I don't know, can we?" do you allow realtors to teach courses? So anyway, but it's been very intriguing. So we'll do our best. So also want to remind you all that there is no call next Friday, the 25th. And we will resume on the 1st, which will be our final phone call. Right, today, I believe, is about week 11, correct, everybody? Yeah, and then on the 1st of April, we'll do week 12, and we'll do a wrap up also at that time, okay? Everybody good with that? All right, coolio. Gina, I don't know if that was what was on the original schedule when you sent it out way back when this began, but we want to make
Yeah,
sure.
I'm gonna edit the Zoom link right now, so we'll be good to go.
Okay, thanks, dear.
Of course.
All right. All right, so yeah, let's jump into really quickly. Judy, if you don't mind, since you're one of the other people I didn't get to see in Cabo, do you want to tell me how your week's been? What went super well? What did you learn from this week? Did you learn anything on the videos? Anything that you can share with us? And since we do have just a small number of people here, well, let's just go through everybody really quickly. So.
Well, I lost track of time because I've been trying to get my KV Core workflows set up.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that the ones that are in there are really great, but I had to tweak all of them a little bit so that they sound more like me.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
And I've been working on that and some other actual real estate stuff. And I thought I had time to do all of it, and I don't. So I didn't watch my week 11 yet. I was going to watch it this morning, but then I've been following up with new leads instead. So
that's a great thing to do. And then what it sounds like you had some good things happen. If you're moving your CRM along so that it will do campaigns, I hope you all know what that means. That means she's automating her life so that it's speaking to people for her, right? Doesn't that feel good, Judy? Like taking the place of an actual assistant doing that for you. Your CRM can do that for you by itself.
Yes, I like that a lot.
Yeah, so you feel good about that, right? That you got that done?
Yeah, well, I'm working on it. Now I have buyer leads, seller leads, nosy neighbor, Facebook, and Property Boost. So anybody that comes to my website from Facebook or Property Boost or something like that. And now I'm working on my open house leads.
Okay, and then what is are you okay to some, open coaching here about questions I would ask a coaching client?
Yeah.
Okay, because obviously you're working on your CRM, and that was the first video of week 11. So that was great. You're like, it's got to work. How much are you spending between Nosy Neighbor and those other things you mentioned? Your Facebook.
Nosy Neighbor, I'm not sure. So my husband set up Nosy Neighbor. I want to say it's $700 a month.
That's what I've been hearing, 7 to 8, depending on the territory and the zip code. Yeah. Okay. And have you gotten listing leads from that yet?
I have not yet got listing leads. So in the area of Salt Lake City that I live in, there's so little inventory. And so I consider these people more just warming up to me.
Yeah, it definitely is that for sure. And then you told me you were in where? Did you say Draper? No, what, are you right in?
Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah,
live
Sugar House, I think you said,
house,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, and that's kind of higher end price houses, aren't they?
Yeah, our median price is about 700.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, you're not far from Sandy, are you?
I'm like a half an hour from
Yeah, okay, that's what I
like
thought.
30
Okay,
minutes.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you've got a higher average sale price. So if you sell one home as a result, it'll probably pay for 2 years of Nosy Neighbor. And then what is the Facebook thing you said you had?
So if I do like a property boost, I link everything, or like an open house, I'll link it to the listing. Anytime anybody goes from Facebook to my website, they are in this system. It makes them register to see the listing. And so then they're in my system.
Okay, cool. Cool. All right, good. Well, you're smiling and you're on top of things, so that means you had a good week.
I did have a good week. I had also I did an inspection on a property that I was off market property that I did. So, and that was from a listing that I had. So I'm super happy about my whole month.
Nice. Good for you. Good for you, Jude. That's awesome. Yeah, yeah, well, definitely one day I'll meet you, because eventually I'll start going back to Utah again like we used to, but not right away. So,
And I'll definitely want to go to Hawaii. So sign me up. I'm ready.
okay, well, the Hawaii trip has some qualifications with it that are pretty strict in the EXP world. So, so here, do you guys all want to know what it's going to take
Yes.
to earn the trip to Mount? So you have to have 20 FLQAs.
I don't
right.
even know what that is. So
Okay.
Give us insight.
I will. So when you sponsor somebody to EXP that names you as a sponsor, they're an FLA,
okay.
front line agent. That's what FLA stands for. Obviously, how many of you were on the call just now with Dawn? Oh, you
Yes.
missed the
Sorry,
free
I
Friday
was.
coaching call,
It was great. It was
Judy?
wonderful.
It was so good, Judy. You got to
Yeah.
watch the recording. It was amazing.
Okay.
Every week is amazing.
No, we don't.
On those calls for sure.
Well, yeah, we do them the first and third
Every other
Fridays.
week. Sorry.
Yeah. But we had this guy that's a coach come on and talk about how to gain more business through professional networking. It was like, I'm 42 years in the business and I'm like, wow, this is good. So, but anyway, so when they come on, when you sponsor somebody, who has sponsored someone here so far? Okay. And okay, everybody on, I can't see. MC, have you sponsored anyone yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Brenna, how about you? Laura-
No, I haven't. I'm a relatively new agent.
Okay. And Laura Lee, I know you have. You have what? Lots of people you sponsored.
Yes.
Okay. So once they come on, they're an FLA. And then if they close a transaction that exceeds 5,000 in GCI, then they're an FLQA for 6 months. Okay. To qualify for Maui, you have to have 20 FLQAs. Okay.
When do we have to have it by?
I think January 1.
Okay.
Yeah. And then,
I'm pushing.
okay. Yeah. And Crystal, you have, if you guys don't go to empirebuilders.pro and click on three-way party validation, you can get a Calendly link to have Casey or I talk to your prospects, right? And there's a whole
Okay,
system
yeah.
around it. You guys
I
should
have
watch
another one
them.
coming on this week. That'll be my third.
Yeah.
And then I have another one who's taking her test. So that'll
Nice.
be, yeah. So that'll be 4, I guess. But yeah,
Well,
we
right,
want to do more of that.
Yeah. And remember, once they come on, they're an FLA and you want to get them
Right.
to be an FLQA as
Of
quickly as
course.
possible.
Well, you want them to be successful regardless of how it affects you. So that
Absolutely.
you're not encouraging them to do something and then be embarrassed that they weren't successful. So you've got to, I have meetings every week with everyone.
Good for you, Crystal. That's what I knew about you. All right. I can't even believe how long ago we met and you weren't even licensed. And now look at you, you're a freaking rock star. Okay. So Michael and Missy and all of you, you you go to our website, empirebuilders.pro, everything is on there, ramps on there, everything that we're doing. But if you click on recruiting and attraction, there's all kinds of resources, including once a month calls by my wife called the Builders Boot Camp. Are you on those, Crystal?
No.
The first Tuesday of every month at 9, I think, 9 a.m. But there's a link in there. There's a Facebook page where they post all the videos of all of the calls and all of the training and the systems on how to attract agents. I know this isn't an agent attraction call, but I'm only
No,
talking
it's stuff
about
we
it
wanna
'cause
do.
we're all, we're all in the same organization, and my job is to help you guys have the life you want. I talked to a buddy of mine the other day. He's been with the company a couple of years. He sells 200 or 300 houses a year. And I asked him, I said, how you doing on recruiting? He says, I don't recruit, Rick. I got the people that are on my team and that's it. He said, but I came here for the stock. And he told me how much stock he has. I almost fell over, because every time he closes a deal, he takes 5% of the commission and buys the stock, and he's doing 200-300 deals a year. So that's a lot of stock he's buying. So he's very, very happy. So everybody wants something different out of the company, and I'm totally good with that. Whatever you want, I'll help you get it. You just tell me. But there's all kinds of resources on there of ways to learn to do better at that if you want to. But more importantly, what Casey focuses on there is showing you how to live in an abundant mindset so that you get that you can sell houses successfully and bring people into the company at the same time. It doesn't have to be this or this, meaning living in an and world versus an and or world. Okay. So just something for you to think about. And that's the Maui one. I do not know what other trips or events that Brent will plan that are more for the masses. Like there were almost 1,500 people in Cabo. Yes, Crystal.
Oh, I was gonna wait till you're done. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Paul and I are a team. So
Mhm.
if he has people that he signs up, are we able to both go, or is it just one of us and we needed to get 40?
No, husband and wife teams serve as one spot.
Okay.
So you can both go. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
So, and here's the thing, like for instance, the next big event that I have on my radar is the company does certain things. The company does a shareholders summit in June, and it'll be in Orlando. And they do a convention usually in October or November. As of right now, it says November. I have a feeling it might change, but so they have those, and then Brent, does a lot of events that aren't corporate. They're his events, like Cabo, and the next big Brent event, huge. Like last year, there was over 5,000 people there. This year, they expect over 6,000 in Dallas, Texas. It's actually the town of Grapevine, Texas, where that is the 22nd or 23rd. So if you go into your computer right now and go to buildevent22.com, buildevent22.com, and there is, did it come up, Crystal, for you? It's
Yes,
got a picture of Tony Robbins.
on my birthday.
Okay, good. So I
That's
think
where I'm gonna be.
is it the
Fairly.
22nd or to the 25th?
23rd. It's the
23rd
23rd
is-
through the 25th.
Okay. So that's something for you guys all to think about attending. It's, it's mostly people talking about how to attract better. And then the last day is just Anthony Robbins talking for 4 hours. And then they sprinkle it with a little bit about selling more real estate, but that is not the main intent of that event. Okay. So that's a really big thing if you want to attend that also. So we plan on going. Casey and I will be at Shareholder Summit in Orlando, and we'll be at Dallas, and then of course we'll be at the convention, and we will be in Maui. So we're going to support people that are with us, that are in our organization. And we had almost 200 people in our organization that were at Cabo, and then several of the people in our organization spoke on stage in Cabo, which was great. And they're letting more and more people speak that are newer to the recruiting game, and less having the old timers like me and Brent and them be on stage speaking. It's really kind of cool. So good stuff. All right. So let's get back to what we're doing. Crystal, let's talk to you. How was your week as far as production, watching the videos, what was good that happened?
Well, I can definitely relate with Judy. I didn't find time to look at the videos this week. That happened to me last week as well. I did have a closing, an escrow closing today, and there was a lot of stuff that had to happen this week for that. It was a 1031 exchange. So ever since the day that I got hired and to today has been insane, because obviously with the 1031 exchange, I've got to deal with someone who is in a rush and felt a lot of nervous energy. And so I had to be very on top of that, as well as I've been signing up for a new CRM that is compatible with KV Core. And that specifically is, I'm signing up for it so that I can merge with KV Core, but also be able to get all my social media handled for me. And it goes out to like multiple social media. So I've just been really trying to build that up. So like Judy, I can do a lot of automation within the organization and helping my my new recruits to be successful, working with Set Schedule. That's where I've been getting a lot of my leads. I actually have one in escrow from Set Schedule right now. It's my first one that I'll be closing with Set Schedule. And so just, you know, like nosy neighbor, I want to make sure it pays for itself. And so that was a little bit of work that had to happen over the last couple of weeks as well, getting the person into escrow and showing them places. So that definitely was distracting, as well as I'm basically doing a ghost written book. So I had to update a bunch of the stuff in the book for selling, because I have never sold anyone's house besides my own. And so that's one of the things I want to be really good at this year, is getting seller leads. And so writing a book, as well as working on a very nice brochure that I did show to Rick, which we've been updating and working on as well, because we want to show a team approach, and we want to basically have, you know, a lot of ways of capturing seller leads. And as well as I have been doing a bunch of testimonials. So I've got all my testimonials now in the book, and excited to kind of roll that out and work on my social media presence there. And obviously have all of that automated for me is really, really excellent. And I think the value for all of the social media stuff to be handled for me versus having to hire someone was really there when it came to the CRM choice and SEO program that I chose. But it is a lot of distraction when it comes to my work. But I feel really, really good about having 2 escrows this month. And I did have another client that was almost going to make an offer, but obviously she fell out, but we are working on when she'll be ready to buy. So I do have too many clients right now, which is a funny thing to think about, but because the inventory is really low, it's hard to find the homes that I feel excited to sell to them. And so I just trying to balance all that basically. And unfortunately that led me to not having a whole lot of time for the videos. But I do think I must be doing some of the stuff that's in the videos, since you're talking about CRMs. I just happen to be working on those things regardless. And yeah, so that's me.
Okay, so Set Schedule, guys, so you know, it's a company that makes calls for you and sets appointments. I worked with another agent on my team that had it for a while. How's it working for you so far? And what's it costing you, so that everybody can learn from this?
Most definitely. So it is $2,000 a year for unlimited leads.
Stop right there. She said a year, not a month.
And then it's 20% of your commission. So it's only when you close, which I thought was, you know, yes, it's a lot.
No, it's actually,
but I felt pretty good.
it's like getting an ISA for really less expensive. The only problem we had is that we would show up to some of the appointments, and this is when the company was brand new. This was about 2 years ago. No, maybe a little more than 2 years ago. It was actually before the pandemic. So it was 2019. The company was brand new. And literally we'd show up at people's doors and they go, "I'm sorry, who are you?" "No, we're not selling our house. What the hell are you doing here? Get the heck away from my front door," you know? And of course, I'm wearing a nice suit. Doesn't look like I'm either going to be a, I was either a vacuum salesperson or I was, but we did get some good stuff out of it, some really good seller leads. But And I know it's improved since then because I've talked to some people. So tell me what you're finding. Are they mostly seller leads or?
They're mostly buyer leads. And just FYI, I think they've changed their structure a lot.
Oh,
Because
okay.
when I spoke with Colleen, it sounded like a different structure than you're talking about. And now you're talking about a different structure. I think they've gone through phases of changing how they work.
Okay.
Right now, the way that I've been working with them is that they basically provide a long list of leads that they're capturing in the area through different websites. I think they've got like 20 different websites that they are capturing leads. Some of those leads kind of suck because they're coming from foreclosure websites or whatever, but some of them can be pretty good. When I have a call with someone, I always feel like that call went really, really well. I do think that there's a level of follow-up, obviously, that has to come from that, but it's more about having a lot of leads and being able to kind of have that along with your referral leads and,
Okay.
kind of getting things from different places. And it
Yeah.
can be a little overwhelming because you're not having them set up an appointment specifically anymore. It's really, you have to figure out how to come up with an appointment and get it. But I have been successful in getting appointments. I
Good,
just
good.
do,
That counts.
I just do calls. So I'll actually go through, I give them a 15-minute time frame and I say, ask me any question you have about the buying process, regardless of where you're at. And then I answer all the questions that I can in regards to investing or if they want to purchase their own home and how to do that,
Yeah.
prepare, getting their credit score and figuring out what they're making now. And then I almost every single time say, all right, let's talk to a lender now. Do you have one or would you like me to suggest one for you? And 80% of the time they're like, let me talk to your lender. And most of those calls that I've gone through, I'd say probably 60-70% actually go and talk to my lender. So it's a pretty good, if I can talk to them, things move forward. It's more
Yeah.
about getting a hold of them. Yeah.
Go ahead, Judy.
So when did your lender help support the cost of that since you were sending them all your lender's way?
No, and I have spoke with him about that in regards to not getting the leads, but in general, like having some sort of referral thing. And I know for a fact, I've been working with this guy way before I was ever licensed because I am not like Rick because Rick is exceptional, but I am someone who, regardless of making money for years and years, I wasn't an agent. I wasn't making money off of referring people. I was in corporate and I was making a 6-figure income and I was totally happy with how much money I was making. So I didn't really care about making money in real estate. I just wanted to make sure that my friends were taken care of really well. And I knew that this particular lender is exceptional. And so, yes, he's probably made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of the clients that I've sent to him that I know for a fact bought, because when I wasn't an agent, I just referred them to this agent that I really liked. Everyone made lots of money off of my excitement. But now that I'm doing this, I did ask him, and I don't know the rules and how he seems very rule oriented.
Yeah,
So,
he can't give you a
Yeah.
referral on the business, but he can, for instance, we have people contribute. When I had a Zillow account, I don't have it anymore, but we had them contribute to that.
Yeah.
And they would pay it directly, not to me, but it would go directly. He can actually, since yours is only $2,000
a year.
It's easy for him to just pay that directly for you, even though that's really minor compared. And it's not about, it's like Don just said on the call. He said, the realtor brings the buffet and everybody else comes with a fork, right? And, you got all these different services that are gleaning a lot of business off of your business. One of the things that I like to do, guys, is have a mastermind lunch with my biggest vendors once a year, where we all talk about, I started off by saying, the reason for this lunch today and the reason I'm treating you to lunch is I want to find out how I can help you to get more business. Okay, because I'm only capable of bringing you so much. So let's mastermind on that. And then I turn it around on them before the lunch is over. Now, how can you all help me get more business?
Yeah.
Right. Not like you got to give me, you get what I'm saying? Because even appraisers, right? You can't really pick an appraiser for your deal that's done through an appraisal management company, but 4 to 5 times a year, I get asked for an appraiser. Maybe someone's husband died and they have to have the property appraised as to the value of the date of the death. I'll say, oh, use this guy, right? So I give a lot of people a lot of business, as Shauna was saying on the call today. So I'll get all of them in there, you know, even my painter, when I sit down with them, because we also play on the same softball team, and I'll say, look, I have down to get you 4 referrals for painting jobs this year. Can I trust you to bring me 1 real estate referral in the year? Just ask them directly.
Yeah.
You know, not because they have to, but could you, right? So it's the same thing when I used to talk to my insurance agent. I'd say, hey, I'm sending you referrals because I know you'll take great care of them. You have good service, not because you have to send me referrals. However, since I do know that you know a lot of real estate agents, I was wondering if there's any way that maybe once or twice a year you could think of me first, you know, make a suggestion like that. But I like Dawn's language today in the call about making a professional introduction, et cetera. So, all right. So thank you, Crystal. Very good overview of what your week was like. Tina, did you have something you want to share with us about last week? And I know that you were, last week you were in Cabo. This week, I think you were back, so.
Yeah, real quick, it was a great experience. I mean, there were some awesome speakers. I think my biggest takeaway from the week was I'm on a team, obviously. So how do I build my referral business as far as agents and recruit for the long term? And can I still do that even though I haven't reaped the benefits yet, being a solo agent and, you know, all the advantages that EXP offers for that, for recruiting. So
Right.
yeah, it was good. It definitely got you into a different mindset, being surrounded by all the fantastic people. And it was good.
We're so awesome.
Okay, great. Wait. Hold on. There we go. Sorry about that. Got that muted.
That's okay.
Okay, good. And how do you feel about everything, about the week, about coming out of Cabo and then having productivity week? Are you doing a little bit of both? I'm attracting and I'm selling.
I have only attracted one agent, and she is on maternity leave. So she's pretty much hasn't done anything yet. Hasn't been a great recruit so far.
Right.
But yeah, I think Will and I are kind of pulling our heads together about future attraction events, him and Mark
good.
and myself, and how we can make those happen. This week was kind of a catch up week for me, obviously being out last week. I've got 11 buyers right now. So,
wow.
And about 4 listings coming in by next week. So it was a little crazy, to be honest. I didn't get into looking at anything in ramp this week, but I didn't want to miss the call because we always have good takeaways.
Good. I agree. You should never miss the call, and it's certainly not over I did or didn't watch something. So that's for good. And that's what I'm trying to get people to say, since there's hundreds and hundreds of people signed up for it that don't get on the call. I get that some people have conflicts at 10 a.m. California time, but yeah, it's still here for you, whether or not you watched or didn't watch. So thank you, Tina, for that input. I appreciate it. It was great getting to meet you in person. So.
Absolutely. You too.
All right. Okay. Michael and Missy, your turn.
So I'll just say that timing on the CRM topic is interesting for us because we're in the midst of transitioning to a new CRM. And during this week, Jeannie, who's kind of our CRM point person, was out of town. So look forward to sitting down with her and kind of going over some of these ideas on the touch schedule. We definitely need to go through and just take a close look at our drip campaigns and what we're going to be sending and frequency. And then, but there's no reason we shouldn't be able to schedule things like the house anniversary. It's kind of a fun, cool touch point.
Right.
Easily recorded, and there's some other good ideas to come out of that I think we'll be able to adopt. So yeah.
I like the sending the closing docs, at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So people use them for their taxes. Just having that in hand rather than having to go dig through it, and just kind of easy way to touch them and remind them how much you helped them.
Yeah, Gina Gina does that every January for us. She sends out the, what we call it, well, do you guys call it a HUD one or a HUD statement? How,
Yep.
yeah. So that they can use it for their taxes or whatever. So, yeah. Yeah, good. Good for you guys. Yeah, the house anniversary thing is something I think we're kind of falling on our face on. You guys, like you heard Shauna on the other call, she's my team leader on my team, and she and Gina work really closely together. So that's something we want to get back on track, where there's an actual card going out. And it could even be a send out card or something like that that's automated, that just says, you know, did you remember that blank years ago on this date you closed on your home, even if we hadn't sold it to them, right? I've got people that have been on my database for more than the 42 years that I've been selling real estate that had a home, you know, and it's still, you know, and you pick up clients along the way that already had homes before you. So you can always look it up in the tax base and figure it out and put them on the house anniversary thing. So yeah, good job. So you guys excited then, is what you're saying? You're anticipatorily looking forward to the next few weeks.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right, good.
I feel very lucky that we have somebody that we have like as a point person to kind of dig into this. And 'cause I know there's a lot with CRMs that you can do.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we get so caught up and busy running around that it's hard to take that time. So yeah, we're lucky with Jeannie.
Good, good. And is she a licensed agent currently selling, or she's just dedicated to your admin?
She is just dedicated to us and is probably a better than many licensed agents.
Yeah. Well, I have to brag on my, what's that?
I was gonna say, Rick, she's also our, a big part of her role is she's our onboarding specialist for both our team and for EXP agents.
Nice. Yeah. Well, yeah, let me brag a little bit about Gina. Gina I've known since she was 12 years old. She became my assistant 6 years ago. And in the last month, she's listed and sold 6 homes to the tune of almost 8 million in business in 1 month. And since the 2 homes she sold were in the exact same neighborhood a few blocks away, then one of the neighbors approached her, and now she's just listed their house. And that one's 1.6, and it'll probably go for 1.9, probably 1.8 or so, or 1.9. So she's doing amazing. And
Thank
she's
you,
still
Rick.
running the admin for the entire team, all 9 buyers agents and me. So very proud of you, sweetheart. So,
Thank you so much. And I think I have another listing coming up down the street.
oh, great.
Hang tight.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So yeah, and I'd love, you guys can bring Michael and Missy, bring her on sometime so we can all congratulate her, because the background work is just as
Here she comes, here she comes.
She's bringing her breadstick with her.
nice.
Hi.
Hi.
Almost made an appearance. I was gonna put it on like one.
Do it. Do it.
Go get it.
Go get it.
All right, you have to preface it.
What is she bringing? A pet?
We got something new in the mail. We've had a tradition, one of our events is we call it Bunnies and Bounce Houses.
Oh, nice.
And
For Easter, yeah.
For a couple of years, her husband was a bunny. Well, we have totally ruined the bunny outfit. So we got a new bunny outfit in the mail today. So here it is.
Okay, I'm having trouble determining if that's funny or scary right now. So
It's scary.
I'll get out of my office in case the kids come.
yeah, that's great.
Anyways, what's
All
up?
right, good. Well, thank you, Gene. That's cool. Yeah, thank you. That was awesome. And thanks for showing up on camera.
Oh,
Okay.
anytime.
Yeah. Okay, MC, your turn.
Can you come back to me in a minute?
Yes, Laura Lee, how are you? Can you tell us a little bit about your week and everything? I know that you're working through health challenges and sending you prayers and love. So what's going on in your business?
Thank you. Well, this afternoon, I have a client that I've been getting ready to list her house. She's getting some issues with a permit on the deck ready, but I found the right house for her. And so we're going this afternoon to write an offer, which that is, the list price is $1,700,000. So I will, she doesn't have to sell to buy. So we'll buy and then we'll put her house on the market because she decided it's time.
Nice.
Permit or no permit, she's going to have to just, disclose. And then I have an open house this weekend where a buyer has said that they want to come and write an offer. So we'll see how that goes. And
Nice, Laura Lee. That's awesome.
yeah, so I've had a great week as far as, things happening. I have another client who I sent him a property yesterday. It was great because there was an open house last night from 5:30 to 7:30. So they went and then they texted me back and said they want to write an offer. So they're reviewing inspections, and I will also list their home, and we're trying to get a bridge loan for them. So that one's a little more tricky.
Wow.
Goodness. And I've just gotten a lot of great activity through a couple of open houses that I've done. So I've picked up some great ocean view buyers, but we all know we have a ton of buyers and not enough property, but it's definitely motivating. And I definitely need to get my KV Core together, but so that's on my to-do list, to make sure I get my KV Core together so that I can automate more things and give myself just a little bit more free time to work just with my clients and not be distracted with
Nice.
things that take me away. But I've had a great week.
Good. And you and MC, I am teaching a listing clinic at your board or somewhere that Melody has arranged on the 30th. I think we're going to have a panel.
Right.
Oh, yes.
Did you guys know that?
Yes.
Yeah, good. All right. So MC, you ready to go? You're the last one.
Sure.
You can just tell us how your week went. You don't have to
Yeah.
elaborate.
Yeah, it's been a good week. I finally got a listing I've been working on for a while, and just trying to figure out KV Core. I've had a lot of stuff done with Shannon Pyatt. Thank you.
Yeah, good.
And
Did he help? Has he been helpful?
yes, no, he was super helpful. It's a lot to understand for me, so I'm still kind of chinking away at that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm exactly like you. It just seems a bit overwhelming. So yeah.
Yeah. But one thing I signed up for was the ability to slide dial.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. That was pretty inexpensive. I think it's like $20 a month. I can drop a voicemail to people that I haven't talked to in a long time, just in case. And then the other thing I signed up for was BombBomb. And that's the video thing that I can also email to people, a quick video. If they haven't seen my face in a while, I think that would be a really good thing to do.
Yeah. Well, that's really, really good that you've tackling all that at one time. And I think you'll see, like, a lot of this, guys, takes patience. You say, oh, I shoulda, coulda, woulda done it a long time ago. You didn't. Time went by anyway. It's going to go by anyway. You might as well use it to be, use it as a way of saying that you're moving in the direction that you want to be moving in. Okay. All right. Okay, and Crystal is volunteering her help, MC, if you're seeing in the chat there. So
wow, thank
Crystal,
you.
Crystal, would you put how she can get a hold of you in there for me?
That's amazing. Thank you, Crystal.
All right, let's see. Yeah, put that in the chat. And okay, so just to make sure we know, it is your responsibility to make sure that now that you've been through ramp, you can jump on all the ramps going forward. We don't know what date we're relaunching it yet, but it should be in late April. And oh, good job, Crystal, putting in a Calendly link. All right. But you guys have been through it and you know the ups and downs of it. It's not all ups, right? There's ups and downs. There's getting some videos watched. There's missing videos. There's homework assignments done and homework assignments not done. But I want you to please reach out to people you know in EXP that are anywhere in the organization, meaning similar upline to you. I don't like using that word, but you know what I mean. And let them know about empirebuilders.pro and using everything that's in there. It's the only way. That's the one thing we've noticed on this rig trip we're on. We're in our RV traveling all around teaching, is that so many people aren't aware of empirebuilders.pro. So spread the word, let everyone know. Remember, you have next Friday off, so you can use this hour next Friday to take a nap, or I would highly suggest that you use it to get caught up on all of your all of the things that you know that aren't done yet, to wrap up your 12 weeks of ramp with style and looking back and saying it made a difference in my business. Okay. All right. That's all I got for today. Everybody have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful 2 weeks. I'll see you back here on April 1st, and do your best to make the free Friday coaching call on April 1st. Easy to access that by emailing my assistant Gina, or by going on to empirebuilders.pro and just clicking on the link at 9 a.m. California time on Friday, the 1st of April. All right. Take care, everybody. MC and Laura Lee, I'll see you on Wednesday, the 30th in the meantime.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you, Rick.
All right. Take
Looking
care, guys.
forward.
Bye-bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.